I am going to discuss a case which has affected our lives in a positive manner through its judgment. The case of Vishakha versus State of Rajasthan 1997. The case in which the Supreme Court of India has issued guidelines for the protection of women from sexual harassment at workplace. The case was sparked by the gang rape of Bhanwari Devi, who was a social worker in Rajasthan who tried to stop a child marriage. When the men who raped her were acquitted, a group of women called Vishakha took the case to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court recognized that there was no such law in place to address the issue of sexual harassment of women at workplace, which was the violation of the fundamental rights of the women. The Supreme Court, later on, while taking this issue into concern, issued a set of guidelines called the Vishakha Guidelines to protect the women from sexual harassment at workplaces, which is applicable at all the workplace organizations within India, whether it may be private, government, or any institution. After this ruling, the women in workplaces now have a clear process of filing their complaints of sexual harassment, and the employers are entitled to ensure the safety of women within the organization. Key points of the guidelines include that the company must take the concern of sexual harassment seriously, and it should establish a committee with a woman leading the committee to address the complaints of sexual harassment. It must also make other employees aware of the rules about the sexual harassment. The complaints should be handled confidentially and the victim's identity should not be disclosed. Now comes the most important point, which is how the judgment has changed the daily lives of the people. Here are the details. Safer workplaces. Before Vishakha, the women felt threatened to register any complaint regarding the harassment they faced because there were no proper laws, no rules, and no way to make any complaints anywhere regarding what they faced. After the Vishakha guidelines, the women became more confident to register the cases and to register the complaints of sexual harassment rather than being silent. The case also created awareness among the people, and people started talking about sexual harassment, that how it is wrong, how it affects the dignity of a woman, where the case should be filed, what are the laws regarding that, etc. The guidelines made it clear that sexual harassment is a serious issue and it should not be taken lightly. The guidelines led to the legal development of a POSH Act 2013, which contains the rules and laws regarding the protection of women from sexual harassment at workplace. This was it about this case. Thank you so much.